All right, artificial intelligence. So it's going to be a quick section. This chart right here on the left-hand side measures CapEx. So how much capital expenditure is happening. And you can see back in, basically the capital spending that's happening from Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, right? What they are known as these hyperscalers. So back in 2020, they spent about 72 billion. Now they're expected, that in 24 it was, around 200 billion this year, close to 300 billion and growing. So massive amounts of spending. And then you can see the percentage of cash flow that's being spent in terms of in the to promote their artificial intelligence growth. So this is a massive tailwind for the economy. These numbers are just probably would have never fathomed them. If we had a conversation 5 years ago, trying to think of they're going to go from a 72 billion spend to starting to average 300 plus, would just not have been something that I think we would have forecasted. When we start looking, this is a little bit noisy, but going back to 2020, we looked at, well, what about artificial intelligence funds? We have gotten calls from clients like, hey, can you put me in an AI fund? And I guess the long and short of what we're seeing here is that generally we want to be a little bit more diversified. I think the AI funds are kind of like catchy and they're popular, but they tend to have higher fees. And at least historically, you can see a lot of the AI related funds are all in this light gray. Except for one there, you can see they've underperformed just the broader S&P technology index. Most of them have underperformed just the Russell 3000, which is a broad index. And so just be careful there. It's something we are willing to look at, but from a core portfolio perspective, we're not investing directly just in these because we think these themes are happening everywhere. In fact, when we look at like AI company exposure as the overall market, 42% of the market cap of U.S. equities are essentially AI companies or companies that are profiting from AI. And so you already have a lot of exposure both in your U.S. and your global equity portfolios. If you're new to Vance Wealth and you're just uncertain about what's happening with your tax strategy, your investment approach, or you just want a second opinion, we'll do a complimentary consultation. So please just reach out so that we can, we'll want to gather some documents, ask you some questions, and then we'll be able to give you a report that does a deep dive on your investments and your plan and give you some guidance. And maybe would be a good fit to help you on a go-forward basis. You can reach us. You can schedule an appointment. Just go to vancewealth.com. And you can schedule an appointment there, or you can call the office at 661-775-0950. Thank you very much. I hope you found our 2025 mid-year economic and market update valuable. Again, please like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and we're looking forward to reconnecting in the future on our next video. Thanks.